There we go. We are live,
8
guys.
phones. Okay.
All
Yay.
right, gang.
Okay.
Wait a couple seconds and then we'll get started. I know we're a little early, so I figured we'll wait a couple seconds and then get
Yeah,
started.
we should have some new
I'm
watchers
hoping we
this
can just breeze through it without it feeling rushed. But I feel like we'll be okay.
Yeah, we should be fine.
It should be. There was a lot of filler. A lot of filler here.
Okay.
Way too much.
All right. Hi, whoever that is. Thanks for coming in and meeting us a little earlier than normal. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and hit record. Let me get my other headphone in so I can hear you guys perfectly.
My lighting is kind of bad in here, but whatever.
Yeah, mine is too.
That's why I was just thinking about mine, but I'm already.
It's fine. We're here. They know what we look like. Give my good side and some other pictures. It'll be all
right. Let's go ahead and start, guys. Hi, I'm Chris. That's BJ. That's Penrose, and we are all docked up.
We are.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out what he's doing. Is he all good?
I'm good.
Right.
What is this shit called? The ring light. The holder on the ring light don't want to hold the phone, so I gotta use my other stand.
Well, shit.
Oh, for sure. All right. We are here a couple minutes early just because, stuff comes up, but we're here and let's go ahead and get started. This is a documentary called American Murder, Gabby Petito. So I'll just say, because you said this before we hit record, not the worst American Murder. But
are you sure?
Yeah.
Because there's only 3.
Okay.
There's only 3.
And when
Wait, what was okay, so my favorite one
was my man in the threw his bitch
Chris.
in the sawmill, right? Okay. And then the second
favorite one. Not the sawmill. He threw the girls in the oil. He threw the girls in the
sawmill. Right, I forgot what it was, but you know what I'm talking about. My man hit the table was like, he did that shit. The second one was Lacey Peterson, and now we got Gabby Petito.
And we didn't think Lacey's was a little bit more boring than this?
No.
Okay.
Not in my opinion. But then again, you want to know something? It might be just as boring, but I think that when I got to this one, I was just like, fuck, white boys. Y'all don't give a fuck. I think white boys send out a memo to each other. Hey, this is how we gonna kill our ladies. The same exact fucking way. But anyway.
Any inconvenience, met a new girl, anything, just
if one thing is constant with them, it is family annihilation. Like that's the route they're gonna go 95% of the time. It's in their DNA. Like, we're saying this, and we're so sorry, white people, if you are watching, but y'all really do love a family annihilation. Like, I don't know.
Y'all love a reset button. Like,
Facts. And it's always like you said, like to look at this. I typed this to somebody earlier, and I was like, yo, white boy meets girl, they fall in love. He gets irritated, starts acting off. Must have met a new girl. Oops, first girl dead. End of documentary. That's how this shit goes. Bro.
Yes.
And then, and then of course, when the news posts, the inevitable, notification, and there'll be some nice family picture of them all in khakis and sweaters, in the field, to tell us that this white man has killed his entire family. Won't be no faces blurred out. Won't devil horns on him. Nothing. Just Christmas photo from
no arrest records from the past. None of that.
No mugshots. Just a fresh Christmas photo.
No,
everybody is still alive.
Hey, can I say something real quick? Because I know VJ, you about to get in your bag real quick. Can I say something real quick? And I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna let you do your thing. I can't remember that dude's name, but for everybody that's sad for the brother that got killed by his white girlfriend, the same brother that said he'd rather fuck a dog and it had to be a white dog before he had sex with a black female. Fuck y'all. If y'all really are in mourning for that man, fuck y'all. For the rest of y'all that are celebrating, I'm not saying celebrating death is cool, but hey, black brother, tell me how that white woman worked out for you. All right, let's move.
Okay, I don't.
It did.
I
Is the
vaguely know
answer.
what's going on. Vaguely, so that's fine. Okay, God
All
bless everyone. Okay, well, this is a three-parter, and I think that is why it feels like a root canal in some places. Because it is just super like it granted, like they're not
Yeah. By the
long.
third episode,
So the first episode, we're going to try to keep this pretty succinct. There's a lot of filler here. It is not a bad, and here's the thing. I think this is one of those cases that was so heavily documented. It relied so much on the internet, on, social media. So much about it was just kind of out there minute by minute in the news cycle. White lady gone missing, like syndrome. So like immediately it was like a thing. So much of it has been known to everybody. Like now all this time later to try to like put it out there, I think it's boring for us because if you live in that true crime sphere, you know all of this.
Yeah, that could possibly be it. Yeah.
I mean, because if I had never seen any of this and didn't know who these people were, this would probably be very riveting. Like I'm sure this would be very riveting in three parts if I did not have any
we run
clue what is
across that.
Hmm?
But we run across that often where we know a lot about the case before the documentary comes out. So I can definitely see how this can start to feel kind of boring.
I think the only one that we didn't have a lot of information about before the doc was the Murdoch murders, and we watched that shit in real time. Why we kind of did our thing and then watched it. So yeah, I feel you. You're probably right. This is what we're into. So we saw this before the doc happened. So yeah, you're right.
Okay, so we're gonna start off at the beginning, at the top, and 1 and 2 and 3. August 12th, 2021. We get some playback. We get a snippet of a phone call. This phone call is going to become very famous, and so is this related footage. Basically, a Good Samaritan calls the police. I believe they're in Moab, Utah, and he calls basically and says, "Hey, there's a van. This is the license plate. We just saw what we think is a domestic violence situation." He says, "We just saw this guy hit the girl, slap her, essentially." And so the operator's like, you saw him slap her? And they're like, yeah, they're headed down Main Street, whatever. So we get the police footage. The police catch up to these people and are like, what are your names? And then we look in the van and it is Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petito, who is in the van. So we get some background about Gabby and Brian in this first episode. I didn't write down Gabby's birthday. I know it's somewhere in the March teens. She has a birthday coming up, if I'm not mistaken. Heavenly birthday, obviously, but she has a birthday coming up. These are pretty young people, like mid-20s. So
she was. I don't even think she was 22.
March 19th, 1999.
Okay, as I say, a baby. These are babies in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, she has a birthday coming up here in a few weeks, so a week and a half roughly. And her family talks about how she was just loud, boisterous, outgoing kind of kid. Her parents realized they weren't compatible pretty early on and broke up, and they did the responsible adult thing and co-parented their kid. So shouts out to these white people. I don't know if y'all tune in, take some notes. I don't know. Get on the parenting apps. I just, you're out here raising some fucking miscreants. I'm just saying, get in the app and figure it out. Just PSA. Because they sure the fuck did. She seems pretty well adjusted for somebody with like 2 parents and like 2 Christmases. So she's good. As a 2 Christmas kid, she seems pretty well adjusted. So, from my standpoint, she's all right.
I had to let that shit sink in for a second.
The 2 holiday kids. We find out about Brian, and listen, I don't have any sympathy for shit Brian had going on, so I'm gonna just preface this and say Brian's a fucking loser. I didn't write down I don't know when that nigga was born. Well, not nigga. I don't know where that white man was born. I didn't ask
he looked like.
I don't.
His hairline is giving 53.
He looked like a narc. They were high school and they were calling that man a narc. Like it was giving big 21 Jump Street, Johnny Depp 40 at the high school vibes.
Hey, listen, that man. Yeah, absolutely. That man was Matthew McConaughey in Dazed and Confused. You know what I like about these high school girls? The older I get, they stay the same age. That's how that nigga look, bro. This nigga looked like he was about 52 in fucking high school. Like the
Hairline
hairline
was
was
already
receding.
receding. And honestly, if you're 16 and your hairline is already receding, that is the evil oozing out of you. So this really, like, the clues were there. But yeah, he's a fucking loser. Like, I don't know how else to preference that. Like,
hair follicles.
Yeah, like the evil is just making his hair burn off. Like, it was crazy.
Well, go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying he's a loser. I didn't really write anything down because he's a fucking loser.
And so that's what I wanted to reference, the loser part. Once we get in, for any of y'all that's seen this documentary, then you'll understand why I'm saying what I'm about to say. How the fuck, when we saw what we saw in reference to where he went, how the fuck did this nigga end up living in his car after high school if your people was who your people was? Why were you sleeping on your friend's couch? Well, how did that even come about? Like, why were you this loser nobody fucking knew?
That's
why
a good question, knowing that, like, how hard in the paint his parents went for him after the fact.
So we're saying all this. Brian, like, graduated high school, didn't want to go to college, was just kind of living, you know, hand to mouth, whatever. All his possessions were in his car, and he was just in his car, which is just very confusing, again, because he has an older sister who's substantially older than him, older parents. Like, well, you know, these people are established. So he's like living in the van, and there's just like no real reason for, or living in his car, and there's no real reason for it
at all.
Like, it's very strange. Like, I don't know. I don't know if that's just like, I don't know. Like, I think like ethnic parents, I'm saying that Black POC, like, you know, immigrant parents, like, you're going to go to high school, you're going to graduate. Ain't nobody finna let you lay up in the house with no high school diploma. Like, if you drop out, you got to get the fuck out of here. What you mean? You're not, like, it's very strange to me for them to be like, I graduated high school, I'm just going to go live in my car. Like, it's so odd. And I don't know if it is just cultural, because my folks wouldn't go for that. Like, I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, the reason I have an issue with it is because, as we see, once they graduated, they you know, they moved on into what they moved on to, and then it says once they moved, the parents moved too, which means the parents learned the same. Because at first I was like, okay, well, maybe this dude was just in a fucked up situation and he was in a different town than his parents. But no, when they moved to Florida, everybody moved to Florida. So why the fuck wouldn't you in the crib? You know what I mean? But anyway, that just kind of shook me in relation to seeing how hard and the pain his parents did go for him.
So Brian, like, meets Gabby in like 2019-ish. And he decides he's going to get a townhome in Long Island in New York. So this is how he gets to New York, and he meets Gabby. They both describe this as love at first sight. So I will ask you both now, do you believe that love at first sight is a thing?
I still believe it's a thing. I've always believed it's a thing. Now, the result of it, yeah.
I don't know.
Sometimes love at first sight just might be.
I don't know, like, because I feel like that love at first sight thing is just low key, just lust.
Yeah. I think it's an infatuation that people, they call it love at first sight. Like, I think it got a catchy name and some good PR, but it really is just like, my genitals are buzzing for you. Like, I think it got a really good PR spin, but it's not really.
Like the beers got a hold of it the same way they got a hold of diamonds.
Diamonds, yes, it's giving it's blood diamonds, like blood love. No, they're, you know, blood love.
Right.
It's real fake. It's, you know, we're making it sound expensive, but there's nothing expensive about this shit. In fact, it's about to be a mess. It's about to be a mess. Some small children might have died in a mining accident for you to have this love.
Right, because every kiss doesn't begin with K.
Enjoy.
It begins with a South African losing his arm. Anyway.
It begins with blood diamonds. It begins with blood diamonds. 100%.
It does.
That's how it happens. Boy meets girl, you know, kid dies in diamond mine.
Right.
Thank you. I don't have anything for you.
1000%.
For those of you this is your first time, that is our co-host.
This is Athena, who thinks she should have sugar-free juice now. I'm not.
Athena.
Can't have a name. Sorry. Okay. Thank you. You want to say no? Okay. Thank you. She just really is locked into the shaking for treats. I just don't have any. Anyway, so they are in love or something, and all of a sudden, they decide they're gonna pop out and move to Florida because that's where Brian's family lives now. The mama, the sister, the old ass parents, the old ass sister, everybody living in Florida. So he's convinced Gabby that they also need to move to Florida to be with this family. So they're like, yeah, and then so they move to Florida. Now they move in with Brian's mom and daddy, and at this point in like December of 2019, they've been dating for 9 months, and now they are in Florida living with this man's mom and daddy. And at first it's cool, but then we find out the mama, Roberta, is kind of a nutcase.
Kinda. Like Slim.
Chris, what is it? I just noticed what your caption said. I think Brian is still alive.
I didn't notice that either. Right. You don't think that man killed himself?
He's still alive.
Chris, can you hear us?
In the Grand Teton for us right now.
I don't think she can hear us.
She might not be able to. I think she froze. She'll be back. But yeah, there she goes. Oh, there she goes. Yep, she's moving again. Yep. We were laughing at your thing there. Oh, yep, there you go.
I'm here. Sorry.
Okay, no, we were laughing because you said you think Brian's still alive, and I said we just both now noticed that. Girl, I'm not playing with you. Get down. We're not. That's not what we're doing. Get down. Thank you. Go. Goodbye. Get out. I'm in the middle of something. Get out.
Hey yo.
Thank you.
Never mind. I'm not gonna say that live because people could be watching. Never mind.
Thank you. Good girl.
Listen, I'm just gonna say this. Y'all been around podcasting as long as I have. Every time your dog comes in the frame, it reminds me of a podcast and when her son used to come into the fucking shit.
Okay. Anyway, that girl mama was real weird. Brian's mama was being real weird with Gabby. She has big boy mom energy. Not you that have boys and act like normal human beings, but weird psychotic boy mom energy. It's giving. And I don't know if that's because they had the one kid and then there's like a 10-year gap between Brian and the daughter. So yeah, just the mom is which explains a lot about his behavior. And everyone in this documentary describes Brian as being like standoffish and a little weird. Like no one is getting like great vibes off Brian. So it's giving like weird only child energy on top of everything else. And I'll say that because as an only child, like I get it. Like my parents raised me around other children, so I would be well adjusted and normal. A lot of people that have only children vibes, like it is a vibe. Like, no, and truly, like, I'm not saying that to be like shitty, but there are certain people you're like, oh, do you have siblings? And they're like, no. And you're like, yeah, I fucking tell.
I can tell.
I know you don't have any. I can fucking tell that the homeschool kids, like it's a vibe. Like, I'm sorry, you have a weird vibe. It's not personal. It's just,
and it didn't help that he was balding.
Yeah, like you were a narc at like 15, like, I get it. Some things went wrong. Your sister was like old as shit, so she wasn't there to like keep you like, grounded.
Bad body built bitch.
Right.
She was just out on her lawn in that poorly constructed Charlotte Russe
the whole time in her little on her lawn.
In that poorly constructed Charlotte Russe,
so we talking about
moon ass, wet seal, 21 ass dress.
We talking about Wednesday? I can't remember her name. Is that who we talking about when she was like, listen,
his sister?
His sister. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm talking
you talking about Miss Mama's with the weird flip out? Miss Mama he was living with.
Yeah, Slim let it be known that let it be known when she talked about the situation they had where she just looked at it as friends and he hit her with the like, yo, either you my best friend or the love of my life, but I'm just too stupid to know it. I'm gonna keep it a buck. First off, I'm gonna keep it a buck. For 16, those is bars. 17, those is bars. You know what I mean? But
no, they were graduated. These people were living together and he was helping her build a desk. No, he was grown. Nice try though.
He was like, Yeah.
Listen,
He was a smooth
20s.
20. Like, no.
he died when he was 20. The nigga died when he was 22.
Okay, so he was a smooth 19.
I'm saying 19 years
18,
old.
like he graduated high school, so we'll say 18, a smooth 18, but this is
I'ma
like
still give him
definitely.
bars. I'ma still give him bars. But what I'ma say, that Sir
He
Death was
absolutely
built
built
like
like
a sack of coins. And not Mario coins either. Yeah, he was built like,
not good
you know them
coins.
shit. I think that nigga was built like Sacagaweas. Anyhow, listen. So what I'm trying to get at, and she had let it be known that the nigga wasn't popular. Like, you gonna hit me with the bars like that, cousin? You just like every nigga know if you gonna hit somebody with the bars like that, you know Slim really feeling you. You don't hit nobody with, yo, you might be my best friend or the love of my life, but I'm just too stupid to know it. And you don't get the for real vibes. You was already a fucker.
Well, he
Like,
was socially awkward and didn't have no riz, so of course he thought that the vibe, like he did not recognize that the vibe wasn't there, which is why it is very confusing to me. Like they're saying, okay, and I'm not gonna victim blame here, but I just have to ask, like, what are they fucking not telling us about Gabby? Because bitch, is you okay? Like, were you okay?
Thank you.
Because how did you end up with this weird, ugly,
that part?
What the fuck? Like,
When,
girl, he ran up to you on like the street. Where did you get this man from?
You know
Get
what I saw? You know
like,
what? Because listen, I asked myself that the entire time I'm watching it. And when
jump
we got
scare, just too pretty to even be involved with
to
whatever
even be
he had
touching
going
this
on.
dude. Exactly. When we got to the part where they showed the full fucking video of them getting pulled over, it hit me then. I said, oh, that's why she was this motherfucker. That anxiety real. That whole shit hit. He was a narcissist that literally she was such a giving person and such a loving person that every time he acted like an asshole, she blames herself. And he played on that shit. That's the only reason I feel like she was with him. He berated. You said what?
It's what they do. It's what abusers do.
Yeah, and that's what it was. So.
Bum ass niggas will do that
every time.
They will.
So
and bum ass bitches, don't leave out these bum ass hoes. We play both sides of the coin on all Dr.
Well, bum ass really just kind of applies to, you
Actually,
know,
right.
it's rounded application.
Right. Let me clean up what I said. Bum ass bitch is not gender specific. You are so right.
It's for everybody. Jealous ass mama changes Gabby's address on the informed delivery back to her address in New York. And then everybody's like, hey, Gabby, are you coming home? Great. We're so happy to have you. And Gabby's like, no, his mom's crazy. And she changed my address because she hates me and doesn't want me to get mail at their house. And then everybody just kind of rolled with it.
That part. Come on, that part.
Yeah.
Nobody did anything.
And everybody's
like, fuck it. I'm gonna stay living
Yeah,
here.
all he did was what? Sorry, I'm embarrassed. But he don't go say nothing.
This
to
is
his
so
mother.
embarrassing. Huh?
He doesn't try to correct the behavior. Yeah.
Just everyone's crazy. So we have our first history of like something good happening on Bumble that didn't result in like, you know, an awkward date that ends in blocking. A lady met another lady on Bumble and, you know, it wasn't for like lesbian sex. So love that for her. She met a friend on Bumble. Did not know you could do that. May download Bumble just to see.
I didn't know that.
When I saw that, I was like, this
didn't know you could just find friends on Bumble. Might have to try that shit out. Am curious. Could use a friend out here. Might work. Because
definitely
the closest
still
I've
don't
got
know anybody in North Carolina.
Like maybe that's what I need to be on the Bumble doing, apparently, because the closest I've gotten is when the lesbian at my job, who doesn't work there anymore, which for reasons that we'll get into a different time, told me that I could go to Massage Envy. And if I said the magic word and paid in cash, I could get a happy ending. But just lesbian, though, like not dicks in there.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, wow.
There's a Massage Envy less than a quarter mile from my house.
Well, just that one. And then technically it's not open anymore, but if you knock on the door.
See you later.
Yeah. But if you knock on the door and have cash, they will still give you a massage. But technically it's not open. This is what I was told at work. I don't know. I didn't go, but this is what they told me. So
if you
Bumble sounds like a much better way to make friends.
What's a happy ending for a lady?
Oh, they said that they were.
What's a happy ending for a lady? Is it this or is it that?
Well, well, you know what? To quote Angie, because she don't work there no more, and she's not gonna see this. Sorry, Angie. Hi, girl. I'm sorry you got fired for corporate espionage. Love you so bad. Miss you. But
not
Angie told me.
Yes,
But Miss Angie told me that they would quote suck my clit like a neck bone.
See this face? Well, you see my sister's taking it back.
And I said, thanks, Angie. I'm gonna go in my office.
I can't go further.
Great talk.
Further back.
Hey, listen, for all of y'all that might be new here, we're all from the Midwest. And all Midwest people like neck bones. So for all of us to be taken aback, it means goddamn.
It was a lot. All right, back to these white people.
Right.
They get engaged with no ring, and I just want to say, if somebody proposes to you with no fucking ring, do not accept. Ladies, I get it. I get it. We all want to feel in love. If a person, figure it out. They could get you a ring from fucking Walmart and be like, look, I don't have the money right now, but I want you to have this or something as a placeholder until I can get you what I want to get you.
Also, hey, off the note, ladies, if you are buying your own ring, it's something wrong with you and that nigga. Okay, go ahead, BJ.
I just don't do it. I get it. When you're young and in love, you feel like this is yeah, he loves me so much, he just couldn't wait to propose. It's a lack of willpower because you can wait. A person can wait, a person can save money, a person can get you something. So to propose to her in the fucking woods and oh, a firefly landed on my finger, girl. Okay.
Right. And if we look at it now, a lot of the filler that we miss. This is the time when she has friends and he mad about it. Oh, he calling her a fucking pretty much a vagabond for hanging out with people from her job. And nigga, you not working.
Wait, from Taco Bell.
Keep in mind. So yeah, keep in mind. They bought this van, right? So this is when they buy the van. They buy the van.
Fourth meal,
decide we're gonna not spend the money on the wedding. We're gonna get in this van. I'm gonna be a vlogger. Get in the van, bitch. I'm finna make a vlog. Lotto told him to get in the booth, bitch.
Hop in, loser. We're making a vlog.
We're get in, losers. It's vlog time. Van life.
She talked to that nigga like
I want y'all to stop making content from your van. Since we're here, stop making content from your van. It's ugly. It stinks. We don't like it. Don't do it.
I mean, but it's a whole niche of people that are doing this. It's and it's so strange. It's so strange.
I mean, if you're into
I want you to be a minimalist.
But those same people say sneaker life is strange. You see what I'm saying? I think everybody has their niche. I ain't gonna front. The only reason I think it works, now don't get me wrong, if you have to work to keep up van life, you're stupid. But if you have money to just be like, fuck it, let's throw some bread into a conversion van and get the fuck on, I do that shit. Knowing I can still come back to the crib, I do that shit.
And I think
that's sure. The thing. I think that's the
thing.
That's
just like a vacation, though, Penrose.
Yeah, well, you're right. I don't want to live in that bitch for 365, and that's where I'm getting up. When I go to my 9 to 5, I'm coming back to this van. No, I don't want that life.
It just seems,
I probably laugh way too loud for that. I'm sorry.
Right.
But I mean, it's kind of true. I get it. If you're gonna do it, it's very much like when you watch shows. If I watch certain shows, I expect a certain level of whatever it is. With Megan Sussex's show, people are she's not doing it in her own kitchen, and I expected to see all these grand marble. I get it. I fucking get it. Girl, yes, show me your $5,000 stove. Can I buy it? Nope. Do I want to look at it? Maybe. So I get it.
No.
If you're in the van,
do I want to see what it looks like?
Yeah, I want to kind of see what it looks like and be like, damn, that's crazy. She a princess. She got a $5,000 stove. That bitch was nice. I know I'm not gonna ever get one. She got an induction water top.
That's the thing. Sink. That's the thing, right? If I could look at your oven and know that I can't get the induction oven, that's cool. But them pins on that fucking van, I could get those. I'm good. I don't need to see that.
And we're not, listen, if it's your thing, we're not shitting on it. It's just, I guess everybody has a very niche thing. And it's just strange to me to see you want to live in your van. For no reason, just because
give me a big van.
You have a regular job and could live somewhere else, and this is just what you're choosing for yourself. But your van is the size of a Nissan.
That's what I was gonna say. Even if you had a fucking RV, If you was the RV nigga and you was doing this, bet I'm with it. I even go as far the girl that live in her car and be washing her ass at the fucking the Planet Fitnesses and the gas stations. I get it, but two people living in a van that Amazon won't allow you to use to deliver packages because it's too small. Nah, nigga, you got me fucked up. I'm straight. Not doing it. Not doing it.
So
I gotta fold up my bed to have a dinner table. Fuck out of here, bro. We're not doing that.
So she's working like 50 hours
my
a
thing
week at
is like,
Taco
if you
Bell.
want to travel, just travel.
Yeah, if we traveling good, again, give me that van and let me do 30 days out here. Bet I'm with it.
So
It's my ass, bro.
Brian is like weird. Like we say all that to say, sis is like at Taco Bell, and she's not at Taco Bell like working part-time. She's doing like 55 hours a pay period down to the damn Taco Bell. And so instead of him which they ain't never said one time that Brian was working or had no job or nothing. So I'm assuming he's not working. Yes, it is very much cosplaying poverty. It's very crazy. That's 100% what it is. It's giving like pretend broke.
Michaela, Michaela, where are you from, girl? Can you please put that in the chat? Like, I'm so obsessed with you.
We need to know more. We need to know more about you, Michaela.
If she says she's from the Midwest, I might send her $50.
Like, we need to know more.
Like, it's crazy.
Deal with me behind the scenes. Like, we fuck with you heavy. I will absolutely send you an all docked up coffee cup.
Real shit.
Yes, please do. Please send Michaela something.
You are a real one.
I don't know if she heard. Where are you from, Michaela? Let us know.
So Brian is saying that he feels neglected to the point that he has called this girl's mother. She's all the unsavory characters at Taco Bell. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like he's crying and shit. Like it's so weird. And this is what we're saying. This is what abusers do. And this is what her friend Rose points out. Abusers will isolate you. They will try to get you away from your friends and family. Yeah. They want to, make sure that you don't have any money, independence, because if they're able to cut you off from everything and make you feel dependent on them, then you have nowhere to go.
Abusers and cult leaders read from the same book.
Okay, exactly. Pause. Here we go. Wait. Okay. But here we are.
Oh, there it is.
Hold on, wait. She lives in Sterling and used to live in Stafford.
But she lives in
Detroit and I used to live in Stafford. Hold the fuck up. Where you go to high school?
Do you know Michaela?
Hold the fuck up. Where did you go to high school in Stafford? Because I went to South Stafford. Hold the fuck up, bro. That's the funny shit. And I'm from Detroit. You live in Sterling, I'm from Detroit.
Okay.
I went to South Stafford High School though, because nigga got in some trouble and I had to leave the city for a minute, but whatever. So anyhow.
Okay, let's run this along. Okay, so they're in this Gabby's like,
get your fucking Fresh Prince ass out of here.
Gabby was like running it along.
Started
having trouble in my neighborhood looking ass.
Listen. Listen. It's just I grew up. It was more than one fight, though. It was more than one fight.
Clearly, more than one fight. Oh my.
Okay, here's your answer.
She went to Brook Point. Listen. I'm gonna say this. It's not fuck you, Michaela, but fuck your school. Because Brook Point had the prettiest girls, and y'all never came to Stafford Way unless y'all was beating our ass in football. I will say that. So yeah, real shit.
The world is small.
When you graduate, I'm gonna ask you one more question. When did you graduate? And then I'm done.
Okay, why are you making the girl show her age all in this goddamn chat now?
Because she also to school with me. Brook Point
I
girls
know, relax. Okay, so listen, Michaela. Wait. Michaela, please go to Instagram and DM us your address so that we can send you a card.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yes, please. Okay, we have to get back to this story about these.
We really got to get back on track. I'm on the time. All right, come on.
Right.
Okay. So like they're on the road, and this is when we're back to like this incident that's on the tape where they get stopped. Now the police pull them over. They say that Gabby, who weighs 110 pounds soaking wet, is the aggressor here because that is the lie that she told. And so what is crazy about this is that they let her stay in this van by herself on the road and tell her, oh, go use the communal shower. It'll make you feel better. And they put Brian in a hotel.
So, yes to all of that. That literally made no sense. But here's my issue. Here's my issue with this whole like police like pullover situation, right? So as a person who went to fucking jail for being the aggressor in a fight that I didn't start, like, if that's the case, right? If she's the aggressor, and remember when they offered for them to split up, and she was like, no, I don't want to split up. When she responded that way, the appropriate thing for the police to do was to just take her to jail. And if they would have just taken her to jail, she wouldn't be dead, bro.
Because they would have took her to jail like, when the fuck she got out. She'd have been the fuck back home. No, because that's what I'm saying. Like her mother, I feel like her mother would have fucking came and got her. Like they would, like if they would have arrested her, then I don't think that they should have been allowed her to be released by him or on her own recognizance, because whatever was happening, it was sketchy as fuck, and everybody who was there saw and understood that. And so they should have took her to jail and had her call her mother or her dad or her stepmom or her stepdaddy, and they should have came and got her. Now, Pete, though, it goes back to what you said earlier about as soon as she went missing. What VJ said, as soon as she went missing, and we all know this, when white women go missing, that shit hit the news, right? My whole thing is the same way she hit the news is the same reason that woman is dead. They let that white woman go about her way because let's give this white woman white privilege. And in essence, you're right. And for some reason,
that's fucking exactly it.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't understand why the woman always gets pointed as the aggressor. A nigga might have scratches on his face.
Like similar situation.
Right. Look, a nigga has scratches on his face and shit, but the phone call that even alerted y'all. Look, the phone call that even alerted them niggas was y'all.
But the whole point is that he started it with you. So because you were just able to whoop his ass better, you the person that gets in trouble, and that's crazy.
And that's bullshit. Exactly. That's total bullshit. But in that
but all I'm saying, if those are the rules,
take her to jail. She still went to jail.
Take her white ass to jail.
Exactly.
That's all I'm saying.
And then when
she's still alive.
And then she calls her parents, and she's just like, "Oh, it was just a thing, and they separated us for the night or whatever." And I think her parents are doing that thing where they know shit is not great, but they feel like they know this person well enough to where we have to let her figure it out, and eventually she'll get tired of whatever this is, and she'll come home. And I fully feel like that is what their consensus was. They thought, he's weird and a little fucking off, but he seems harmless. So we will let her do this thing. And then if shit gets too rough or she's tired of it, she will just come home.
I feel you on that. I agree that that's probably how they looked at it. I mean,
because they're texting her, they're calling her, they're checking in, but you don't really, it's they're trying to do everything they can to be supportive
and
in
still allow her to be an adult.
Yeah, but to still allow her to be an adult, because really, how much can you parent a 20-something-year-old kid? Who's engaged to be married.
Yeah. She literally told her mother, "Yo, I'm moving to Florida," and less than fucking 15 hours later, she was gone.
Yeah, she was like, "What did you think about it?" And then, regardless of whatever her mom would have fucking said, she'd have been in the van gone. So it was not gonna matter.
Right.
Yeah.
After that happens, and they put him in the hotel or whatever. I just want to point out, when you watch this video, there are 4 cops standing around here. So basically, they knew this shit was fucked up and weird. Like they knew something was
and
off.
Also, the little circular ha ha he he when they were like, "Oh, is she on medication?" He's like, "She's crazy." No, and they're like, "Ha ha ha ha." My wife would be acting like that. Ha ha. When they were doing all that fucking bullshit, that irritated me as well, because that's how they made the determination of who was getting the hotel, who was sleeping in the car.
Exactly. the fucking phone call is, hey, we just saw this dude smacking a chick. You pulled this nigga over because he was the aggressor. I don't give a fuck what this little girl say. Like you said, she 150 fucking pounds, probably less than that. I don't give a fuck what this girl say.
And she's crying like the way that like she's hysterical.
She has a bruise on her face because we see a picture of it.
Come on, the cop even said it. The cop gave her a way out. The cop gave her a way out, and she's still
Everybody
alive.
got marked up. Everybody to jail. Shit.
Thank you.
Everybody.
That's my shit. That's my thing. If you a fucking cop, bro, on guard. If you a fucking cop, like if you a fucking person, you can just tell in energy if somebody's lying or not, or you can usually tell. My whole point in that whole situation is you're right. If she got bruises, this nigga got bruises, everybody going to fucking jail. The call I got is somebody saw you hitting her. Didn't nobody see her hitting you, my nigga. The call I got was you was smacking this girl.
So we rounding everybody up. We'll figure it out down to the station. Somebody come and pound this cheap ass van, and that really would have been the end of it.
And we wouldn't.
It would have been the end of it.
Because I guarantee.
But the point is niggas would still be alive if the fucking cops were like actually on their shit. And then hold on, while we're on the context of like fucking cops, later on, I'm hoping we're gonna get to that in a second. But like later on, when the Florida cops get involved, what minimum ass fucking cop work is that? I was so disappointed in that. I was like low key disgusted at that body cam because it's like.
Which let's go ahead and kind of get it going because really that's about where we are here. So
the situation in the van happens, the pullover happens, the separation happens, but then they end up meeting each other again that same night. And then they
get back together or whatever, or back in the van. There's a small break in this where Brian goes home to clean out a storage building. And Gabby stays in a hotel. And so she starts texting her ex-boyfriend, Jackson.
Jackson was low-key thirsty, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
In a motherfucking club.
Jackson wanted Gabby back. Jackson was waiting on his moment.
Real bad.
Waiting on his moment. Jackson, and when she texted her call, Jackson was like, yes,
hey,
this is my time.
Nigga Jackson popped up like James Brown in that one meme. What the
No, Jackson was ready. Like Jackson was ready to be at her aid. He popped up. He was like, "Yeah, I'm ready. Like, what do you need? We can just talk. That's what you want to do. Right. Okay, great." Jackson was like, he could tell the energy was like the bad vibes was there. Like he could tell something was off. And then she tells him something that a lot of abused women say. Well, I want to leave. I'm trying to make a plan to leave, which he was confused about because he was like, well. What do you need why do you need a plan, girl? You in the van.
Fuck home.
Like he flew you.
Bitch, come he to your boy.
Home, girl. You in the van, like by yourself. Like he's in Florida. You're at the hotel,
right? With
the van. Why didn't you just get out in the van and go back to like I just. The out was right there. I'm not going to victim blame, but it just seems like the thing she was waiting for was like there happening like right then, which is like telling me.
I also don't think she really wanted to leave. She needed somebody to talk to.
I was gonna say
that was coming back, and she really wanted that shit to work. And we got to keep it a buck because you're right. The out was right there. This is not an idiot. This is not somebody who does not have a support system. You know what I mean?
Writing, like her fucking diary entries.
You said, "What's this?"
Yeah. It's just she was just in deep, and God bless.
I said we know that from her diary entries.
I mean, and unfortunately, when we're talking in terms of like abuse or those types of things, it normally does take multiple tries for someone to leave. So again, this is not victim blaming. I just think when you look at this, like there is some context there, and it's like you're wanting to talk to somebody about it. And I think on some level, she was just kind of hoping that he would say, "Oh my God, what's happening?" And then he'd be like, "Well, look, if you're in trouble,
I'll come get you."
Yeah,
or something. I think she was looking for an out where she could say somebody came and forcefully made me leave with them versus I love you and look at me leaving. I gave up on our love. I left of my own volition. I think she wanted an out.
Yeah.
Where somebody came and grabbed her by the arm and took her home. So then she would feel less guilty about leaving this loser ass man.
That makes sense. I mean, because she was telling Rose she really wanted to leave, but at the same time, she's telling that nigga, or not that she really wanted to leave. She was telling Rose all the bullshit they was going through. but she was telling him, "Oh no, I never leave," and da 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 da. So you're right. In that essence, it does seem like if somebody would have been like, "Hey, let's go," she would have willfully left. But leaving on her own wasn't gonna happen. You're right.
So like August 27th, like 2/11. This is at a Whole Foods in Jackson, Wyoming, because they made it to Wyoming. This is the last time Gabby's seen on camera alive. So basically, like about the 29th, they're in Grand Teton National Park, and a lady, Norma, is going to church service in the park. She sees Brian alone. No van, just Brian on foot, walking around funky out in the woods. Asks for a ride. They get down to
funky because she sure said that.
Yeah, she said he looked dirty and funky. So and she's like, okay, well, maybe he's hiking. I just know it smelled crazy in there. Norma's being super kind about it. She drops him off at the little campsite. She drops him off at the gate, and he's very adamant, like, no, I'll get out right here.
Yo, he had to be funky when we
yeah,
seen
she
the
doesn't
map.
think anything else.
My bad.
No, you're fine. He was just funky. Anywho,
dank.
Double.
So this is when like the messages start to like go unanswered. Like August 30th, Gabby's mom gets a text from Gabby.
Oh, wow.
She says she gets it from Gabby, and he's saying, and the message says for her to help. Oh,
sorry, BJ. Sorry.
Gabby gets a text. Gabby's mom gets a text.
Nigga from Peanuts.
Text is like, help Stan. And Gabby's mom was like, that's weird because Stan is Gabby's grandpa, and why is she calling him by his first name like she don't know him? And so she was like, well, then I thought Brian sent it. She's like, well, I thought Brian
That's
sent it
because he
Gabby.
crazy and he wasn't thinking it through, and he was just like, let me text
she was
somebody
dead
from her
already,
phone.
and
Like,
he wasn't
thinking.
So then obviously, then all of their messages go unanswered. The first, the second. By this time, her social media is dark, like no response. This goes on for like a week. They start contacting Brian's parents.
Yeah.
Week and a half.
And they're like, and at first they're concerned. They're not thinking Gabby, this man has hurt Gabby. They're thinking that they're lost. They went hiking. So the car is broken down. Something's happened to both of them. So they're reaching out to his parents like, hey, what's going on? Well, the parents don't respond. And then they're
she fucking reads the message and then blocks her.
Blocks Brian's mom blocks Gabby's mom when she's like, hey girl, have you talked to the kids? Gabby's dad is like, we're gonna go to the police, to which no response.
You call me and tell me you call me and tell me our kids is missing somewhere and you calling the cops, nigga. I don't give a fuck if I don't fuck with you. I'm calling you back right now. If the cops is involved, then if both,
I'm at the door.
Because if both our kids are missing, that means I think both our kids are missing too. If I'm not calling you back,
you're showing no concern.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're showing no concern.
Which means
that you think that you
don't
go ahead.
Either you don't fuck with your kid, or you know your kid is fine, and that's why you're not worried.
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
So this is where, looking back in retrospect, we realized them motherfuckers knew Brian was just fine, and they weren't responding because they had already gotten a lawyer, and the lawyer told them not to respond. Very clearly. The lawyer was already involved. 100%. That's why they weren't responding. Because any normal person would have responded and been like, hey, I don't know where they are.
Remember, when they finally said something, they told them that as a matter of fact, they never said something to her parents. They said it to the media. And they're like, yo, we're lawyered up. And then that's when the parents was like, the fuck they lawyer? What the fuck is he lawyered up for?
Lawyered up.
You ain't even contacted us, niggas. Yeah. So you lawyered up.
So eventually the parents are calling around.
Right. We hitting you and your parents.
The parents are looking for them. And the parents are finally like, well, let's just call. They live in Florida. Let's just call the police there and report them as missing persons. This is police hop out and do that weird ass body cam situation. And they're like, hey, can we talk to you? And they're like, no, actually, we have a lawyer. And they're like, the fuck for what?
So
why do you have a lawyer? Are Brian and Gabby in the house? And they're like, oh, Brian's here. In the back. Right. We all got lawyers.
For those of you who have not seen this yet, spoiler alert, the van is in the fucking driveway. Well, we think
And
Gabby
it's
still
his
has this
name.
van at this point. Supposedly, Gabby still has this van that's in the driveway at Brian's parents' house.
Because supposedly Brian flew back home, and Gabby was obviously, like, mathematically, like, if he flew home, then the van shouldn't be at the house, right?
Should have still been in Utah, wherever. I mean, in Wyoming. Yeah.
Wherever the fuck she at.
Right.
Don't matter.
Dead or alive at this point. Like, you're not even thinking, like.
Yeah, so basically the story that they told was, oh, Gabby and Brian broke up. Brian got on the plane and came home and left Gabby with her van and her vlog and wherever.
Right.
And they had no fucking reason.
The van is with us.
Yes, they had no answer. How'd the van get there? Oh, we don't know. Have you seen Gabby? No. But it's Gabby's van, so how did they get here? We don't know. They Donald Trump the fuck out of the situation. The van's good. We like the van.
It's a very good van.
Like the van a lot.
It's a very good van.
It is
Brian's a very good Brian.
We don't.
Right, Brian. Brianing like no Brian has ever Brian before.
But I can't talk to you.
This is our favorite Brian. It's our only one, but it's still our favorite.
The only Brian that we have.
We love it. We love it. My Brian.
It's our Brian.
My Brian back there.
Right, that's my Brian.
My Brian.
Look at my Brian.
It was, guys, it's so bad.
Hey, listen, I love y'all so much, and if I gotta keep it a buck, we're probably the only 3 black people left that still can laugh at. Look at my African American over there.
Oh my God! So they
ridiculous.
Basically, all of this sets off basically a nationwide hunt for Gabby. Like, they are looking for Gabby. They're all down in the Grand Teton National Forest looking for this lady. And at this point, social media gets involved.
On foot.
Yeah, plane, train, automobile. Like they're doing. The FBI is up there coordinating the search, and we get like the little cute lesbian FBI agent, and she's just like, well, you know, the FBI, we have to have all of the information before we can accuse you of anything, which is why I stand by my statement. If the FBI is knocking on your door, they already know what the fuck you did. They have all the evidence of whatever the fuck it is you did. You're going to jail for whatever the fuck it is you did. They are just giving you the opportunity to help them catch somebody else or possibly reduce your sentence for cooperation.
Because any real nigga know.
Right. If
the regular cops come, fuck y'all. The county cops come, fuck y'all. The state come, I'm a little worried.
They could be lying.
Fuck y'all. After that, bitch, I'm on the run or I'm telling on myself. That is it.
If the FBI come, that's all. They already know.
We either run.
They already know.
We're not snitching on nobody.
The FBI don't come sit you down to have a fishing expedition. They already have fished.
Yeah,
they have fished all the fish out of the lake. They are simply allowing.
Ain't no more fish. You ain't even in the lake no more. You just
don't know it. They have fished you out of the lake too and put you into a small bowl of water. And they're just waiting. And they're like, hey, we could leave you in here and slowly suck the water out so that you die. Or we could give you a little leeway.
You could give me 3 other fish to put in here instead.
We got this bigger tank with this filtration system and this algae, and we'll feed you and shit, but you need to get us 4 other involved fish. And then y'all can all be.
What are you gonna do, buddy?
And we'll let you out the tank early. We'll let you back to the lake earlier than all of them if you tell us first.
Listen, the cops, nigga, the cops come to the door. You're like, fuck that. You get put in a room and a big bald nigga is looking at you and saying, you know you done fucked up, right? It's just time to let it go. It's time to let it go.
We already know.
Right.
These people are looking for Gabby.
So the cops end up impounding the van. So here's my issue. So Florida was saying, oh, well, we can't really do nothing because, like, what y'all want me to do? What you want me to do? Like, it was real irritating to me. But they did find out that the van was registered in Gabby's name and only Gabby's name. So they fucking took it up out of there.
Right.
So that was probably the least they could have done because they was doing the least. Like,
right. They weren't doing shit.
They absolutely the bare minimum.
Yeah.
We're sorry guys, we're on time crunch, so we're gonna like roll this along.
You about to get the next episode and a half in 4.5 minutes.
Pretty much. Because, I mean, there really isn't a lot to tell. Like, they're looking for Gabby. They find out that this man killed Gabby. Obviously, spoiler alert, if you did not know, she's dead.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh, but
yeah,
tell the
killed the shit
bullshit,
out of
though.
her.
Tell the bullshit of how he say she died.
Oh, well, hold on a second. We'll get there. Because he hasn't he told his parents, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or and he wrote it down.
Burn after reading. We ain't talking about that.
We're almost there. But yeah, basically they find out that Gabby's phone last had like access was in the Spread Creek area near Grand Teton, which is kind of what we assumed and what you can kind of deduce, you know, if you have been paying attention. So that's the last location. On the after, what's her name? Norma Jean? What's that bitch name?
Yeah.
Once Norma Jean or whatever her name is gives him a ride from that area, he gets another ride from somebody else. And I'm assuming that
it's a couple.
Yeah. A couple. Or no, the couple is who sees the van.
Right, but I thought he got a ride from him too.
No, he got a ride from that girl from IG
or
whatever, or TikTok or whatever.
Bad. That's right. He got a ride from the girl. The couple saw the van. You're right.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So okay, where are we? So yeah, and then okay, I'm lost. Is this where Brian disappears too?
She dropped him off. She dropped him off back in Spread Creek. We get introduced to the couple. We get introduced to the girl, and now we're back at the crib in Florida, and ain't nobody seen Brian. The neighbors call and say somebody need to do a welfare check on her because somebody's screaming in there. Something wrong in there. But then when they do the welfare check, Brian ain't there. His parents don't know where he at, and yeah.
And then they go on a manhunt for Brian. At this point, I thought so when this broke on the news, I 100% thought that Brian was just on the run. I thought that maybe the parents had bought him a ticket to like a place with no extradition.
Yep.
And they were just.
What happened? What are you pointing at?
My shit.
Oh, well, she said she doesn't think he's dead. Yeah, at this point, I really thought they had put him on a plane and he wasn't dead. I really thought, like, you know, like, oh no, he's on the run and they know where the fuck he is, and they're, you know, they trying to be cute. They know he killed this girl and they trying to get him out of
I don't know, y'all. I still kind of think this, like, and I know it sounds crazy because they found some kind of remains, but guys, like, if they have the money and the fucking wherewithal to like construct all this shit, I think that like they could just knock his teeth. He could be somewhere with a fucking whole like hair transplant and new teeth.
No, that's
the only way that they determined that was him was teeth, and that's
teeth.
Not enough.
Exactly, no bone marrow, no nothing. Remember when Jesse James Hollywood went to Belize? He killed that dude, went to Belize, and he got that girl pregnant.
Yes.
And had they not caught that nigga 2 months later, he'd have been a free man because the girl would have had that baby. Yes. I feel you. The nigga is, and if they did it, it's only 1 or 3 countries. You either in Belize, you in Sweden, or you fucking in the Netherlands. That's it. As far as I'm concerned.
I like the mom the mom writes this burn after reading letter, basically like, you the best son, like you the best Brian, like if you selling drugs, I'll hold your fucking weight. If you fucking if you fucking kill a bitch, I'll help you chop the body up and put it away. Like, she was saying some crazy stuff in it. And like, I love my son, but like I don't know. But anyway, so this is the burn after reading letter, and just like how hard they were like going to like not allow Gabby's family to get the truth. Like, it's something in me feels like he not dead, and it's just not enough. It's not enough. Like,
it's enough to see that they know the exact truth, that he probably came to them, gave them the 100% truth, because we get a story of Gabby dying and this nigga being so in love that she's hurt and she's bleeding to death, whatever the fuck, that he
fucking wanted Juliet, that he fucking he fucking like that, right? Romeo. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, he croaks her out on some love shit, and then when this nigga go missing, ain't nobody around. So I feel you. I feel that part of your story, because
like how like the parents like immediately like knew exactly where to find
where
him,
the car
like,
was
after. And also, listen, VJ, Penrose, real talk, really think about this. If your fucking child is missing and you've reported them missing and they're missing, right? They tell you that they find the car that you're pretty sure your kid had. You just gonna go and like pick it up so it don't get towed? Or are you fucking calling every fucking news outlet and every fucking police department to come to where this car is now because I gotta find my kid?
Look for my kid. Yeah. It's like in how to make a murderer. When a cop told everybody to go search, and then all of a sudden he walked up on the buried fucking car.
Yeah.
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 You niggas, they knew exactly why that car was there, when it was there. Cause come on, you right.
Like the grass underneath it was taller than all of the grass around it, so it had been sitting there.
My kid, who's part of a my kid, who's part of a murder motherfucking investigation, who I have been protecting, and now I don't know he's missing. I'm not gonna.
This is what I'm saying.
Everybody involved. You right.
This is why I'm saying, and I could be 1,000% wrong, and I will eat that. But it's something in me tells me like that. What I don't know.
If he dead, they offed him, and I feel you on the sense of if all they used was teeth, right? Knock a nigga teeth out, nigga. If you got bread like that, we buying veneers. We easy. I take that route. If I know I croaked my girl, and my parents is like, look, we know a nigga overseas. Let's knock your teeth out, and you good for life. Just go get a new set. Who the fuck wouldn't take that deal?
Right.
I'm not advocating murder, but let's just keep it a buck.
I mean, I'm just saying it's enough for me. But anyway, let's move on.
My bad. Hey, go ahead.
Oh no, you're fine.
No, we're fine. I was just gonna. No.
So September 19th, right, is when they find Gabby's body.
Yeah.
She's like staged, laying on her side. There is a burn mark on the ground as if there was a fire or an attempt of a fire, but there's no utensils to have created a fire left with her. So, okay, boom. And it's just like really awkward, and it's not a natural way that somebody would have just naturally died or anything. They fucking obviously look at the body, and I think they determine blunt force trauma and manual strangulation.
Yep.
Strangulation. Yeah.
That's what eventually
goes. Left her out there.
The head shit didn't kill her, and strangulation did.
So remember, Brian's gone or missing, right? So then they find her body on September 19th, and then the next month, literally the next month, they go to the park.
He's gone for like 30 days.
Yeah. And so this is after the cars has already been moved from, again, this same location, apparently. And then they go back to it. They go to the park when it first opens or whatever, and they found his remains. But like I said, the only thing they could use to determine that it was him was his teeth. And that's easy for a person to go plant if I'm the only person going to look in this area.
Because keep it a buck, when they told the cops, remember the cops searched there first because they said, yo, this is where he likes to camp when he goes out here. So the cops already been through there.
Right.
And then you find this nigga shit 30 days later when everything is gone. Get the fuck out of here.
Did somebody throw it
out
there? It
just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Sorry, I'm having some kind of difficulties.
Oh, you're fine. So basically, however you want to believe it, whether you think he is hiding somewhere thanks to the help of his fucking evil, conniving parents, really his mama. Like I ain't got no smoke with his daddy for real. But like, if you believe that, or you believe he's actually passed away, he didn't pay for what the fuck he did to Gabby. He didn't ever apologize for fucking putting her in an emotional fucking situation where she felt like she couldn't get away from this toxic bald ass nigga. Like, either way, he fucking skated.
Yeah, either way, right? If he's dead, or if they stage that shit, he got off. Real talk.
So officially that kind of closes the case, because if you commit a crime and then you're also dead, they can't obviously prosecute anybody. So
yeah,
basically he killed her and then went into the forest and killed himself is what we're going, is what the official story is. Right. essentially, I'm trying to figure out what else to say. Really, all that
Really,
happened.
I was gonna say, only thing that happens after this in the documentary is that they just go back to Brian's notebooks and then they try to give you the story that Brian wants you to believe happened, which we kind of already talked about. So then he called his parents and told they wired some money for an attorney, and that's when you got the we ain't talking like vibes, because they had already known well before Gabby's parents, well before the cops, well before the media. They already knew that Gabby was dead.
Yep.
They did, and then they're not charged with a crime of any kind, and I feel like that's bullshit. I feel like the motherfuckers should be in the jail.
I definitely think that.
Yeah, bro.
Obviously, you can't be committed for. You can't be in jail for a murder, but he told you that he murdered somebody, and then you didn't go to the cops. You just helped him conceal the murder. You didn't help him conceal the body, but then you harbored him in your house, knowing that he had committed a murder. You did not call the police. You let him park the van there, and then you refused to answer any questions. I feel like you hindered a police investigation. If nothing else, that should get you like 6 months in jail. Like, you ought to do some type of jail time. But they're white.
I
so
absolutely 100% agree. And listen, niggas vibes, and I get it, right? Like, when you love your kids, like, you want to fucking really like go the fuck all out for them. Like, I hear you, but not like the fuck this, y'all. Like, this is not. I can't imagine these niggas sleep well. Like,
I hope they don't. I hope every day is miserable and horrible for them. I hope they never sleep again. I hope the sleep paralysis demon is coming for them every goddamn night. I hope the sleep paralysis demon looks like Gabby. I hope they're having vapors and all the spells. I hope nothing good happens to them. Somebody get the voodoo out, find the woo-woo bitch. Like, somebody go down there, put a root on them. I don't want nothing good to ever happen to these people again. I believe Gabby's parents sued them in civil court, because as we know, in civil court, the threshold for being able to prove your case is lower than it is criminal. And so they settled with them for an undisclosed amount of money, which also proves that these people had plenty of money and were cosplaying poor.
That's why I think it's very possible that, like I said, they sprinkled some teeth down.
Real shit.
They settled so that they could basically kind of make this go away and get him out of the way. So Chris, I don't know. I wasn't on the team. Maybe Brian's alive, but I could see it.
I can too.
I wasn't there before, but I see what you mean.
It's just not. It's just not possible, right? Like,
if Joe from you can disappear because of some toes, Brian can disappear because of some teeth.
That's fair,
nigga.
Well, all I have to say about that is,
honestly, I just want Joe's hat. Like, I want a hat that I could put on my head and then nobody recognize me.
It's very Superman Clark Kent, but like in murder form.
That nigga got the same hair, same face, same
like this. Like, that's how you be looking.
Damn, like, now I'm the Unabomber. Look at me. Boom. Shades. Right. Unabomber.
Like right now. Like right now, you don't even know this is me. Like,
where's Chris go? Who's that lady? Who's that? Oh my God. Who are you? Oh, that's Chris. Oh shit. Chris is back.
Exactly what that's like. But
where can they find you guys?
With y'all.
This is that guys. That's
you guys can follow me on Instagram at Chris_.
I think there's some overlap in our recording, so I'll say this. What, nigga?
Okay.
Niggas is froze.
I think she is. I'm not.
I don't know. I see you. Chris is froze like. You know them pictures we used to take when you was like 9th grade at the motherfucking skating rink? That's what she look like right now.
Penrose, where can they find you?
Find me anywhere on at Penrose Eames. I'm probably your girlfriend's favorite poet. And if I'm not your girlfriend's favorite poet, I'm at least your mom's. You can find me right here at All Docked Up. Shout out to the people that came in the restaurant last week and said y'all was gonna listen. And I hope y'all timed in. Shout out to Emma, because you're the only name I remember from that whole table. Shout out to the girl I said was either boring and or the life of the party, because you were pretty fucking hot. And yeah, man, my name is Penrose Eames. That's where you can find me. Oh, we lost Chris.
Yeah, I think she had to go. Okay, well, or she'll be back. Oh, there she is. She's back.
Oh, look at that.
You can find me at VJ_Burton on all the things. You can find Athena being the manager of Handmade by VJ. She's the assistant manager to the manager. She's in charge of all quality control. And that's it. That's all. Oh, and before I forget, because this is really, really important. If you or somebody that you know is experiencing domestic violence or an intimate partner violence or relationship, you can find more information and resources at wannatalkaboutit.com. That is a full website where you can get resources. You can get tips and help if you need to escape your abuser or have questions or concerns to help someone that you know may be in a turbulent situation. So just wanted to say that part.
Cool.
All right.
I don't.
Okay. Well, everyone's gone, but this has been all docked up. So we will see you guys the next time. Yeah, I don't know what we're doing yet. So when we figure out what the next doc is, we'll be back with you.
We'll let y'all know. I'm still here.
Okay, Athena, tell the nice people bye, but also don't tell them bye because I'd be concerned if you started talking.
What?
I told her not to say bye. I don't need a talking dog. That's strange. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
I said, am I the only one still here? Is the live still going? Is this Joel and Penrose? Let me get the fuck out of here. Let's. It's been a good show. For anybody that's still watching, stay tuned in the Orthodox Club. We do amazing shows. We try to be here for y'all. Shout out to, yo, I'm drunk. Yo, y'all have a good night. Peace.